Happy Saturday, Yes God family. Hope everyone's having a good start to your Saturday. Today we are going to be discussing aligned speech. Aligned speech. What does it mean to have aligned speech? Yes, God, happy Saturday. So we're talking about aligned speech, and if our speech is aligning with the reality we would like to see, or is it aligning with the reality that we are trying to escape away from? Happy Saturday, happy Saturday. Yes, God, welcome in the room. Can everybody hear me? I want to make sure everybody can hear me. Is the sound okay? Let me know, let me know, let me know. Yes, God. Okay, so everyone can hear me on Instagram. How about TikTok? Can TikTok hear me? Can you tap the screen? Let me know you can hear me. I want to make sure my sound is right. It's evening in India. Yes. Okay, perfect. Yes. Good morning. Happy Saturday, everybody. Okay, good. Everybody on Instagram is good. Everyone can hear me. TikTok, I'm going to just assume that you can hear me as well. Yes, God. Okay, so today we are going to be discussing speech, aligned speech. Is our speech aligning with the reality that we would like to see, or is it aligning with the reality that we would like to move away from? Okay, and so this is very important to be mindful of, because our speech is very instrumental in what our circumstances unfold as. All right. For example, right, I am out of town, I'm visiting someone, and I feel a little bit of a tickle in my throat. I was sneezing, I had a runny nose. And instead of going down the rabbit hole of, oh my God, I'm sick, I'm this, I'm that, I'm like, you know what? I love how strong and resilient my body is. I love how powerful my immune system is. I love that I am so resilient and my immunity is so high that even when I experience something, I can immediately turn it around. My body has the capacity to immediately contain it and get rid of it. Yes, God. So in that, I am aligning my speech with what I want to experience, not what I am experiencing. Okay. And this is very important because sometimes, and it's one thing to vent. Okay. It's okay to vent. It's okay to express ourselves. This is not to be delusional and completely ignore what's going on. Thank you for tapping, Instagram. But it is to say, okay, I've expressed I've expressed the current circumstance. I'm going to do that one time. And then I am going to move over to expressing what I would rather experience. All right. And so I was listening to this video on YouTube that was inspired by Florence Scovel Shinn. And I wanted to share some of the words with us so that we can really understand. Florence Scovel Shinn is amazing at how she describes your word is your wand. She has a book called Your Word is Your Wand, and it is absolutely amazing and fantastic for describing the ways in which how we are thinking about something, how we are perceiving something has so much to do with the outcomes that we begin to experience. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and come over here. I want to read us a little bit of this video that I had come across. And also I want to say too, self-deprecation as a joke is not funny, and you are actually still creating that thing which you're saying. So be mindful of the ways in which you joke about yourself and you joke about other people, because energy doesn't understand yes or no, it just understands focus. So if I'm focusing on something, regardless of if I'm joking or not, it doesn't make sense. Okay, I appreciate it. Okay. Yes, God, mind over matter. Exactly. Because what we give our mind to matters the most. All right. So let me go ahead. I want to read a couple of these passages. Okay. So the video says, and this is inspired by Florence Scovel Shinn. I don't think these are her exact words, but this is definitely her lane. This is something I tell my son to stop doing. Yes. What about the joking? Yeah. And, I always say the best way that we can influence people is through embodiment. Yes, we can share the information. We can try and explain it and persuade and convince. But the best way that we can influence other people is by actually being what it is that we would like to see them being. All right. So what I'm going to read to you, again, this is a video that I was listening to on YouTube, and it's pretty long. I'm not going to read the whole thing, but I wanted to read it with us because I think that it could be really, really valuable for us. All right, let's see. Give me a moment here. Okay. So this is inspired by Florence Scovel Shinn teachings on the power of the spoken word. Okay. And I want to read this today as an activation for us this morning on Saturday. All right. Every morning, the world is born anew. The rising sun brings not only light, but also opportunity. A sacred moment where thought becomes power and word becomes law. Before the noise of the day rushes in, before the world lays its heavy hands upon you, there is stillness. And in that stillness, you are invited to speak. What you say in those first waking breaths will chart the course of your day like a captain at the helm of a mighty ship. Your words, chosen wisely, can break the spell of fear, dissolve the clouds of doubt, and summon the forces of good fortune. Life responds not to struggle, but to faith. It mirrors not confusion, but clarity. That which you plant is in consciousness blooms in experience. Therefore, the morning is not to be squandered in worry or haste. It is a garden to be sown with truth. As the old thought dissolves and the new day dawns, you must speak as one who commands invisible armies. You must declare the truth of who you are and what belongs to you by divine right. You must rise not only from your bed, but into your power. Begin with gratitude, for it is the gate through which all blessings enter. Speak of the good that is already happening, that is already yours. Declare your perfect health, your overflowing abundance, your divine protection. Speak to your soul as a wise teacher speaks to a child, firm in truth, gentle in tone. For the subconscious mind, like a garden, accepts every seed. You cannot afford to sow seeds of fear and reap a harvest of joy. Hello. Say to yourself, I walk in a world that is for me, not against me. Every step I take is on holy ground. Doors fly open before me because I walk with purpose, led by unseen hands. The supply I need is already mine. I am one with infinite intelligence, and nothing can be withheld from me. There is no virtue in bracing for disaster, no glory in repeating yesterday's doubts. Each morning is a new decree, and if you decree from love, from faith, from power, then nothing can stand against you. This is the secret the wise have always known. Your word is your wand. Do not wait for proof before you speak your truth. Speak your truth and proof will follow. You are not a victim of circumstance, but a creator of conditions. The universe does not hear your wishes. It hears your words that are charged with belief. All right. And I want to stop there for a moment, because what are we charged with belief about? Good morning. Happy Saturday, TikTok family. Thank you for tapping. I appreciate you so much. So what we are charged with, right? Whether we are excited or whether we are frustrated and angry or in pain, all of those emotions have a very high emotional charge. And so the things that we are speaking when we're in those states, especially, and this is what I talk about inside of the Quantum Prayer Circle, is that you have to be very mindful of how you respond to triggers or upsets or confrontations, okay? When we're having issues, when we're having problems, when we're having trials and tribulations, that is the most crucial time to be speaking life into the situation. And I gave the example, right, of this morning. I'm feeling some type of way. You might hear it in my voice. I got a little scratchy. I got a little congestion, got a little something going on, right? But as I was in the shower this morning, I was like, thank you, God, for this beautiful body of mine. Thank you for this amazing immune system. Thank you for how quickly I am able to turn around any illness that tries to come into my body. I'm so grateful for my ability to heal myself. I'm so grateful for my body's ability to restore itself to perfect health, okay? That is very different than saying, oh my God, I'm so sick, I don't feel good, this sucks, right? And so even though that may be how I feel, right, I am still going to utilize my word and my intention to go in the direction of what it is that I want to experience. So the title of this live is Aligned Speech. Are we aligning our speech with what it is that we are wanting to experience, or are we aligning our experience with what it is that we don't want to continue to experience? Okay. Let your morning words be a song of triumph. Let them rise above fear like the lark at dawn. Say only what you wish to see, for the words you speak to yourself each morning are not idle. They are laws passed in the courtroom of the soul, and what is decreed there shall not return void. There are no mistakes. I'm speaking on words as wands and words as spell. I love this prelude you are sharing. Yes, God. Yes, God. Presumably we can speak over others too. Absolutely, we can speak over others. Absolutely. Because the reality is that we are all clairvoyant, clairsentient beings. Okay. And this is very important to know, because a lot of times the thoughts that you have running through your mind are not your own thoughts. Okay, they are the thoughts of other people that are in your vicinity. They are thoughts of people who have emotional connections to you. And this is why it's so important to begin a practice of separating yourself from your thoughts, becoming an observer of your thoughts versus just an experiencer of your thoughts. Okay, because if you think about certain thoughts that pop into your mind, you're like, where the hell did that come from? That was weird. I've never thought that before. I've never had that thought before, right? And so this is because we are all able to hear and feel one another. And this is why it's so important to be mindful of the people that you are spending the most amount of time with, because their mental health becomes your mental health. Their baseline of where they are emotionally and energetically becomes your baseline emotionally or energetically. And you don't have to consent to that. It's by proxy. It's because of your proximity to a person. You begin to take on what they have taken on energetically. There's a lot of teachers who say, you are the sum of the 5 people that you spend the most time with. And that's real from an energetic perspective. This is why a lot of people are really passionate about waking up early in the morning. Why? Because most people are still sleeping. So you don't have all this mental noise that is infiltrating you yet. Okay? You're able to be in the silence. You're able to be in those God hours where most people's minds and thoughts are shut down because they're sleeping. Wow, I needed to hear this. Thank you. You're so welcome. I constantly speak over my son because, he has out of control mental health issues, and it was draining me daily as he is my only child. So true, and feels hard when you have parental worries, trying to be more mindful. Yes, and I understand that, y'all. I have 5 children, so I completely understand about parental worries. I completely understand about, internalizing our children's things, right? We feel very responsible, and we do have a big impact on our children. However, we have to trust that we have planted the good seeds in our children. And yes, we should be speaking life over and into our children. I love how you're coming around. I love how at peace you are. I love how kind you are. I love how considerate you are. Wow, 5, you look like a baby yourself. Yes, God, thank you. I'm 45. I had my first child at 17 and then my second at 19. So as you can imagine, we went through some bumps in the road. Okay, I was still a child raising children, and I had a lot of tumultuous circumstances. And so the parent that I am now is not the parent that I was, right? And so a lot of times when we have children young, also, we can experience a lot of guilt and shame around not knowing what we were doing, not being prepared, and making mistakes. And so what I think it's important for us to understand that even in spite of all those things, God can still come in and redeem. I'm very proud of my older children. I'm very proud of who they are, who they're becoming, and who they will become. And I only speak life over them, right? Even though they may not always do the things that I agree with, we have to remember that as parents, we are here to usher in souls. They have a divine purpose that came from God as well, just like we did. And so we have to be willing to be that space for them but not try to control them so tightly, because they don't really belong to us. They belong to God, okay? And that's with any relationship, whether it's your children, your mother, your significant other. Nobody belongs to us. We can share an experience with another person, but no one belongs to us. We all belong to God. I love that you still good. That says a lot about you without words. I love it. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I'm going to be honest with y'all. One of the things that I used to, and I still do, but not as much anymore. One of my affirmations used to be, I love that I look and feel younger every single day. I love that my body is getting in better shape every single day. Right? And I used to really, really speak that over myself. Another thing that I do consistently and faithfully is called the 5 Tibetan rites. They are known as the anti-aging postures. I highly, highly, highly recommend that you check them out. I have them over on my YouTube channel. I've done them tons of times here on Instagram. I know I have lots of content here, so you might have to scroll through, but I did each rite, I think a couple months ago, I posted maybe last month, that shows you each one and how it helps and what it's good for in the body. But I swear by those. They keep me mobile, they keep me strong, they keep me agile, they keep me flexible, they stretch out my spine. The neck is very important. Your spine and your neck health is very, very important, especially as we age. And so be mindful of making sure that the movements you're incorporating take those into consideration. Same. Mom at 17, bless my son's life and purpose. Thank you for your guidance. You're so welcome. Yes, God. Yes, 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 God. Who honors the affirmations? I don't understand that question. Pay tithes and you get blessed too. Yes. Paying tithes and giving of yourself. And so I want to be clear too. Tithes is not just about money. Okay. Tithes is about your time, your investment, your energy. All of those things, your time, your energy, your attention, those things are way more valuable than money. Money comes and goes. You can get a whole lot of money. You can lose a whole lot of money. Okay. But what you cannot get back is what you give your time to. Thank you, algorithm God. I'm so thankful I found you. I'm going to have a better 2026. Yes, God. Yes, God. Yes, God. And thank you for being here. One of my prayers is that, God, thank you for allowing me to connect with the people that I am designed to connect to in perfect divine timing. Sometimes we connect with people and we say like, oh, I wish I had found you sooner, but perhaps your consciousness would not have been ready sooner. Okay, but I'm so grateful everyone's here now. By the way, my name is Megan. I am the CEO and founder of Yes God Wellness, which is a holistic health brand dedicated to the mind, body, and spirit connection. Also dedicated to helping you remember that God lives within you. It's not an external thing that you have to prove or earn, right? Worthiness. We are already born worthy. We're already born whole. We are already born complete. Period. The end. Okay. And so when we can come at life from that stance versus a stance of trying to earn and prove, then we are able to magnetize the things to us because we're coming from a place of already enough. And am I American? I am American. I probably don't sound American, right? Ooh. Let me pick this back up. I'm at a girlfriend's house right now, so this is not the same environment that you normally see. Hey, boo-boo. That's you, Joy? Hold on. Okay, what you need? Come on in. We about to leave? We about to go? Yeah. We got a couple minutes. I thought we was leaving at 12:30. Oh. We're going early?
I just wanted to come here and put this stuff in. Is the people on?
They're on. You want to come say hello? I still have joy. This is one of my childhood friends. Come say hello to my people. This is my friend Joy. I love her. We grew up together in the 19th Ward in Rochester, New York. Yes, like God. It's her birthday weekend celebration. Middle school. We had a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun.
It says something about you when you still have friends from middle school.
Yeah, it says you're amazing, wonderful, and spectacular, and fantastic, and authentic. Yes,
yeah,
God.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey. I love it.
Hey. Hey, friend. Hey, friend. They say happy birthday, Joy.
Thank you.
Yes. With your friends, you sound American. What do I sound like when I'm not with my friend? Do I not? The Rock. Hey. Yes, God. Is The Rock in here? I love to say I'm right where I'm supposed to be, and I'm better than yesterday. Yes, I learned from yesterday and enjoy forward moments today. Yes, God. I think that my children have their own path. Absolutely they do. They were born through me, not for me. Yes, God. So what I can do is help them grow with who I am, and I know that they will take what they have to. Exactly. The best way you can influence people is through who you are embodying. Mm-hmm. It's not talking, it's not nagging, it's not yelling, it's not convincing. Mm-hmm. Okay? And that's the same thing about life. We're not here to convince or persuade life. We are here to remember and recognize that we are already one with God. Ooh. And when we remember and recognize...
Okay, bye. I love you.
I love you. Okay, we leave it right now?
No.
Okay, when we leave, let me know, because all I gotta do is just throw my stuff on.
Okay.
When we can remember and recognize that we are one with God, life completely switches because we are coming from a place of inevitability, right? All of our desires, all of our dreams, all of our goals become inevitable because I'm already worthy of it. I'm already whole. I'm already valuable. I have already identified the things inside of me that can be used of service to the world. Okay? Wealth and prosperity comes from solving people's problems. Boom. I'm going to say that one more time.
Say it again.
Wealth and prosperity come from solving people's problems. Mm-hmm. So when we're praying to God and saying, God, can you make me a millionaire? Can you do this? Can you do that? Instead, shift over to, God, please show me how I can solve $1 million worth of problems in the world. God, please show me how I can solve $50,000 worth of problem in the world to pay this debt off. Right? So instead of asking God to give something to you, ask God to give something through you.
Do something through you.
Do something through you, not just for you. Okay? I think that my children have okay, I just read that. I love to say, yes, God, read that. Hey, hey, hey. The Rock. Yes, God, happy birthday. You girls rock. Thank you. Happy birthday. You have another accent. Do I have another accent? Just coming in, whose birthday? My girlfriend Joy's birthday was actually on the 13th, but we're celebrating this weekend. I love your videos. Thank you. I love that you love my videos, and I love that you're here. We have been programmed to look for external validation. We are creators. Exactly. Exactly. We really have. Wealth and prosperity come from solving other people's problems. Is that it? That's it. Yes, that is exactly it. How can you solve other people's problems? And how can you solve the most people's problems? Okay. So, and let me be clear too, solving people's problems is about a perception, right? What do people perceive as their issue? Do they perceive what you have as valuable? The value that you provide to other people is what dictates the compensation that they're willing to give you. Okay. Speaking of which, I do have a quantum prayer circle, which is a school community. And that is where we reprogram ourselves. We remember our divine identities. So it is a daily prayer that you receive every morning. And the ask is that you just listen to the prayer first thing in the morning. You allow that to saturate your consciousness. There's a self-concept rampage every week that I ask that you listen to as much as possible. These are all links that you can listen to them on repeat. And you go ahead and allow your consciousness to be improgrammed with the fact that you're already whole, you're already perfect. Everything you touch turns to gold. And I change them up every week. And then we do have a bi-weekly masterclass along with a 7-day identity reset and lots of courses. There's tons of resources inside the school community. It's $44 a month. We would love to have you. Also, we are doing an identity recalibration retreat later this year. If you are interested in attending, even if you don't know that you would be able to afford the investment, go ahead and fill out the form anyways, because you would be surprised at what happens when you start moving in the direction of your desires. Okay, that's what faith is. Actually stepping out before you can see the whole picture. Taking baby steps. Uh-oh, it's freezing up. Am I still freezing over on TikTok? I hope not. I hope not. I love that sweater. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I love a good chunky knit sweater. And as my body is healing, as my body is recovering, as my body is restoring itself to natural health, I'm going to make sure that I provide the right conditions for it. I'm going to make sure I keep myself nice and dusty. I'm going to make sure I keep my neck covered. I'm going to make sure I keep my socks on. I'm going to make sure. So again, the topic of today's live, aligned speech. Are we speaking from the reality that is currently happening that we don't want to experience, or are we speaking from the place and what we do want to experience? Okay, so I'm just going to read a little bit more of this. All right, let your morning words be a song of triumph. I read this already, but I want to start here again. Let your morning words be a song of triumph. Let them rise above fear like a lark at dawn. Say only what you wish to see, for the words you speak to yourself each morning are not idle. They are laws passed in the courtroom of the soul, and what is decreed here shall not return void. Your word is your creative power. This is not a poetic metaphor or a soft-spoken spiritual comfort. It is truth as absolute as any natural law. Just as gravity pulls objects to the earth without fail, so does the spoken word shape the experience of your life. Every phrase you utter holds within it the seed of creation. According to the Bible, how was the world created? According to the word. And where does the word come from? The thought. The spoken word is thought made visible, energy made form, spirit made flesh. You do not merely describe your reality, you dictate it. You do not narrate what is happening, you proclaim what must come to pass. When you speak, you are sending out a blueprint of the invisible forces that construct your world. These forces are obedient and impartial. They do not judge your intentions. They simply respond to your vibration, your belief, your tone, and your clarity. Whether your words affirm prosperity or predict defeat, they act with equal precision. The law does not ask if you meant what you said. It acts upon what you said with full authority of universal law. Yes, you speaking in different accents. Wow. Okay. Who made that statement? So this is inspired by Florence Scovel Shinn. This is not, I don't know if these are her exact words, but this is her, this is inspired by her. This is a video that I found on YouTube, and I have been listening to it. It's been giving me life. Sorry, I gotta blow my nose. And so I thought I would share it. Hold on. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Okay. I smile as you read the word. Truth is beautiful. Yes, God. Yes, God. All right. You can just as easily declare peace as you can worry aloud. You can affirm harmony as readily as you describe conflict. You can state that you are guided, protected, and abundant with the same breath that once uttered, I don't know what I'm going to do. It is a choice, moment by moment, word by word. No man or woman is without power when they understand this principle. No one is trapped who begins to speak with intention. Your word is not a weak signal drifting off into a chaotic universe. It is a command. Let me say that one more time. Your words are not a weak signal drifting off into a chaotic universe. They are commands. When you say, I am, you set creation into motion. I am successful. I am loved. I am safe. I am healthy. I am prosperous. I am abundant. I am loving. These are not mere affirmations. I just added a few of those onto what was already here. They are divine instructions. And when spoken with conviction, they rewire your subconscious mind, reorder the vibrations around you, and prepare a path for manifestation to arrive. Excuse me. You may not see immediate evidence, but the work is already in motion. The soil has received the seed. That is why it's essential to guard your speech, not with fear, but with reverence. Words spoken in jest, in sarcasm, or in habit still have creative power. Every time you repeat a complaint, you water the roots of the very thing you wish to escape. Every time you call yourself unlucky, tired, or broke, you sign your name at the bottom of a script you do not wish to write. Begin to watch yourself with love and awareness. What do you say in the morning? What do you declare before sleep? Are you invoking grace or perpetuating struggle? Those who master their word master their world. Let me say that again. Those who master their word master their world. They do not chase results, they speak results. They do not describe circumstances, they change them by speaking higher truths. Even when appearances suggest lack, they declare supply. Even when fear whispers, they proclaim faith. This is not denial, it is divine discipline. It is the art of seeing with the inner eye and speaking with the voice of clarity. Okay, so enough is enough with that. I hope this has been helpful for everyone. I hope this is clear, okay? And one of the things that I talk about in my work and my framework, right, is that also victimhood is a necessary part of our journey, right? We do have to be clear and identify the ways in which we have been victims of circumstances, right? That's important. We don't want to invalidate our circumstances, okay? I'm never going to say, oh, just pretend like nothing happened and everything's fine, okay? Because that's not healthy either. We do want to take time to actually sit with our victimization, because as we sit with it, we're able to pull out the gold. We're able to pull out the wisdom in that, okay? We're able to pull out the identification of what we never want to experience again. So even if for nothing else than to say, okay, God, you know what? I don't even know what I want to experience, but I know it's not this. So we can look at whatever the not this is and then go to the other extreme. Okay? These things happened to me. These things were horrible, but I know that I want something. What is the opposite of this? All right. And then so we can start to move our speech, move our awareness, move our attention in that direction of what the opposite is. Okay. So this is not about bypassing our experiences. This is not about invalidating our experiences. This is not about pretending that everything's fine. It's about saying, you know what? These things have happened to me. This is how they've affected me. This is how they have shaped me and my inner expectations and my perspectives. And okay, and I get to use this as my springboard. I get to use this as my stepping stone. I get to use this as part of the process of me becoming all that God has created and designed me to be. Okay, so don't think that I'm saying, you got to completely ignore reality, right? I'm not ignoring reality. My eyes are trying to water. I feel my sinuses. I'm blowing my nose. I got a tickle in my throat, right? And I am still speaking life over myself. I'm still speaking perfect health over myself. Exactly. Transmutation. That's exactly what it is. And I am still reverencing my body for being able to contain my health and my healing. I am still reverencing and honoring my body for how strong it is, how many illnesses that it has gotten me through before, how quickly it's able to turn things around, how quickly I am able to feel restored, how quickly I am able to feel better. Okay, so I'm not bypassing where I am, but I am saying that, okay, this is what is, and I am still seeing the good. I am still acknowledging the fact that that God can do anything, that I can have a miraculous healing in the next hour. Okay, and I'm going to give myself the right conditions and circumstances. Not only am I going to speak that, I'm going to keep myself warm. I'm going to take some medicine, right? I'm going to drink my tea. I'm going to make sure I have socks on. I'm going to do things that give me the right conditions for the soil that I am watering. I am watering and planting seeds of perfect health. So in those seeds, I need to provide the right conditions. Okay, and this is, again, why it's so important to be mindful of who you're around. What environments are you in? Are you in environments that promote and encourage you to be your highest God self? Are you in conversations? Are the content that you're watching, are they actually reflecting back to you the things that you would like to experience, or are they validating your past experiences? Very important to be mindful of these things. Thank you for showing up and trusting you feel better ASAPishly. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It's a rough place to be. Moving forward with faith. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, God. Thank you, TikTok, for continuing to like the live. It's growth, right? And this is a daily decision, y'all. This is not just like, okay, I'm going to be, spiritual now and I'm going to speak what I see and then that's it. No, this is a daily commitment. This is a dedicated lifestyle. This is not just a one and done thing. This is, I am going to every single moment be checking myself, right? Because the ego mind disagrees with everything. It doesn't think anything is possible and it has a problem with everything. Okay. So this is why we have to be aware and mindful of every moment to be making the choice, because it's going to require an intentional choice. The mind is designed to keep us safe. It is designed to keep us small. It is designed to restrict us. But that is only because we are allowing the mind to lead. Once we force the mind into subservience, see, the mind has to be subservient to God. And God comes through intention. God speaks to us through our heart. God speaks to us through the things that create enthusiasm within us, create excitement within us. And a lot of times we'll get an excited idea and then the mind, well, oh, that's not going to work. How would you do that? You're too old to do that. And we have the agency in that moment to say, you know what, mind, thank you for trying to protect me, but right now we're going to let God lead. Right now we're going to trust. Right now we're still going to have faith the size of a mustard seed and move forward and let God show what is possible. Okay? Because the mind has a very limited scope. Its only scope is what you've already experienced and also the awareness that you're taking in. This is again why it's so important. Be sure that you are taking in content, music, conversations, okay, that are in alignment with exactly what it is that you would like to experience, not necessarily what you are experiencing. Okay. It's okay to get validation and, clarity and wisdom in being in that current now circumstance. But then, okay, we move over into, but now, God, I am open to the infinite ways in which you can take these trials and these tribulations and these traumas that I have experienced, and you can transmute them. You can use them for the good of not just me, but everyone attached to me. You can use these trials and tribulations and trauma to allow me to now be a capable vessel of so much more, to navigate and to heal and to now share that with other people. So now that I am being a vessel for your light and your love, God. Yes, God. All right, y'all. So I got to head out. We are going to get ready to go to brunch in a moment. I hope this has been helpful. I decree you are already better. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I decree that too. My music is Bob Marley and Kess. Yes, God. Yes, God. So thank you so much for being here. I'm going to say a quick prayer over us before we leave. And also, I am going to invite you, please, to fill out the survey if you're at all interested in coming on the retreat with us. We need some more input about where folks want to go, what their timelines are, and those things. And then also, we would love to have you inside the Quantum Prayer Circle. We have a good time in there. I have been loving seeing all the testimonials and all the wins that the people in there have been having, because they have been able to create and start to select what they would rather experience versus what they are already experiencing. Okay. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much. Dear God, we are thanking you so much for allowing us to come together in this particular place and time, whether this is being watched live in this moment or whether this is being watched later, God. We thank you for revealing to us, God, how powerful our words are and how we must align our words with what it is that we would rather experience, God. We thank you for allowing us to see the silver lining at all times, God. We thank you for allowing us to express gratitude because of the fact that we exist, because of the fact that we still have access to our inhale and exhale, God. We thank you for giving us all these beautiful, wonderful organs that continue to work and continue to function without our input, God. We don't have to tell our heart to beat, God. We don't have to tell our lungs to breathe and inhale and exhale, God. We don't have to tell our capillaries to do whatever they do. We don't have to tell our stem cells to do whatever they do, God. So thank you for revealing to us the divine power that lives within us that is running the show, God. And we thank you for showing us that we are the filter to that divine power that lives in us, God. And that when we place limitations on ourselves and our circumstances, God, that we are placing limitations on that divine power that lives within us, God. But when we are open to the infinite possibilities, God, we are opening you up to the infinite possibilities and results and outcomes, God. Thank you for revealing to us that we don't have to worry about how it's going to play out. The only thing we're responsible for doing is identifying what the outcome is that we want to happen. Thank you for allowing us to be open and flexible about how those outcomes come to pass. I love y'all. I hope to see you inside the prayer circle. I hope to see you on this retreat. I hope you have a beautiful, amazing, wonderful, spectacular, incredible day filled with health, happiness, prosperity, and joy. I will talk to y'all soon. Yes, God. You're welcome.